I've had to pay out of pocket 3 times in total. The only thing people really care about is your ability to deliver value in the form of detailing services. That's it. That's all they care about. Once you have a claim against you, your insurance company is going to consider you a higher risk. We are breaking the conventional rules, jumping over the many obstacles, hurdles, and red tape that traditional startups would have you follow. The fact is, you are some type of rule breaker already, or you wouldn't be here. People that decide to start their own business are not generally rule followers, which is how I know that you are more of a rule breaker than a rule follower. So let's list off the things that you won't be doing. No city business license, no state board licensing, no legal formation of a business entity, no business bank account, no special business uniform, no business website, no business cards, no special bookkeeping or accounting software, no payment apps or any third-party credit card processing apps, no renting of separate office space or warehouse space. Getting you started is the most important thing, because literally if you never start, nothing matters and nothing happens. So starting is the most important thing. So let's discuss this breaking rules stuff. It is one thing for me to tell you how to break the rules. It is another thing to understand how unimportant these rules actually are. Nobody cares about the things that you think you need to care about. The only thing people really care about is your ability to deliver value in the form of detailing services. That's it. That's all they care about. Now, there will be other people that will care about some of those things, but not your customers. The first one is no business license. Now, I need to make a distinction here because a lot of guys will confuse a state board license and a city business license. So let me make a distinction so that you have complete understanding. There are certain industries, businesses, professions, for example, general contractors, plumbers, electricians, and then you have people like what they call professional services, CPAs, attorneys, doctors. They are all governed by the state at a state level. So they would need a special license from the state board. None of that exists for the world of auto detailing. So you don't need to worry about that. And that's called a state board license, which is different than a business license. Now, a business license happens at the city level. So you could actually label that in 2 different ways. Do you have a city business license? Most people just say, do you have a business license? They're one and the same. What you need to understand is a mobile detailer, officially, you would be required to have a license, a city business license, which is really this. The city wants to give you permission to conduct business in that city. What they really want is just a piece of the action in the form of money. So if you were being literal about this, which is what the law says, is that every city that you do business in, that city is going to require you to have a license in that city. So think about that. If you're a mobile service provider, which you will be, you would be required to have a business license in every single city wherever your customer lives. Completely unrealistic, which is why every service provider that's mobile does not have one in every city. Generally, all they have is a license in the city in which they conduct business, which is your home-based business. Business insurance. This one gets a little tricky for guys because there's some guys that are overly cautious and they're going to want to get insurance. So let me explain in case you don't understand insurance. It goes very similar to car insurance. So when you have a policy, you will have to decide what kind of deductible you want. Your deductible will determine how much you pay monthly for your insurance premiums. There will be a choice. $500 deductible, $1,000 deductible. What this means is that in the event of an accident of whatever it is, so let's pretend you have an accident on a customer's car and it's a $1,500 fix for your accident. And let's say because you wanted to save money monthly on your insurance business premiums, you elected for the higher deductible of $1,000. What this means in the example of your $1,500 accident is that you have to pay for the first $1,000, then insurance kicks in for the remaining $500, which leads to another question of like, well, wait a minute, if I have to come up with $1,000, insurance pays $500, well, at least I have insurance. Well, that's not really how it works, because in pretty much every person's head that has insurance of any kind, they don't want their premiums to go up. Once you have a claim against you, your insurance company is going to consider you a higher risk. Therefore, your insurance premiums on the monthly are naturally going to go up. That's why most guys say, no, I don't want to file a claim even though I have insurance, because I don't want my rates to go up. Therefore, I'm just going to pay out of pocket, which then you could pull back and say, well, wait, if you end up paying out of pocket anyways, why do you have insurance? Bingo. Now, I will tell you that in my 35 years of professional business, I've never filed a single claim on my insurance. That does not mean I've never had an accident. I have. I've had to pay out of pocket 3 times in total. The highest one was $350 as a result of one of my employees scratching the front windshield on a Lexus because he used an abrasive scrub pad to remove the bugs. He knew better, but he chose not to do better. I ended up paying $350. Yes, I had insurance, but even if I wanted insurance to pay for it, they wouldn't, because it didn't even match my $1,000 deductible, which kind of brings us full circle again of like, wow, why do you have insurance then? What you do need to know, if you haven't already connected dots, is that really detailing is a very low risk business. It is really hard to mess things up in a big way. And like I said in the previous video about people skills, is that most customers are very forgiving if you're just honest and forthright with them. You're also not going to worry about a business uniform, which in the world of auto detailing is really just a glorified t-shirt with your name on it in most cases. I was in business over 10 years before I decided to kick down the money and get shirts printed up like this one. Once again, your customers just don't care. All you need to worry about is looking presentable, neat, clean, and tidy. Also, what you're not going to worry about is a business website. And I know many of you will stress about that. Oh, I have to have a website. No, you don't. Not for your first 3 customers. And I'm going to show you how you're going to get them without a website. So don't worry about a website. And by the way, with today's technology, and especially with AI, they are so simple to build. It's unbelievable how simple they are. And you can even get AI to write it for you if you want. Take that off the plate. Don't worry about it right now. Now, business cards, that's the one exception. If you want to worry about getting business cards, you have my permission. You can worry about getting business cards. But if you think about technology, once again, most people exchange contact information on their phone or via email. Very few people hand out business cards and say, oh, let me put this in my Rolodex file in my office or my home and I'll keep track of you. Well, they're going to keep track of you on their phone. It doesn't mean business cards still aren't relevant, but they're such a non-issue in today's world of technology, and especially when you are first starting out. And by the way, if you decide to get business cards, you're also going to have to figure out officially what your business name is, because it's got to go on that business card. You're going to have to figure out what your business phone is, and I get it, you're probably going to use your cell phone, but I'm just saying is that those are additional decisions you will have to make in order to get your business cards, which is why I say push it aside right now. Don't worry about it right now. Also, no third-party payment apps, no third-party credit card processing apps of any kind. Cash only. Once again, we are keeping things super simple. If you decide to go down that rabbit hole, that's on you. But as I map out this plan, it's not a requirement. You're also not going to be renting any special warehouse or office space. You're operating out of your home. One of the unique attributes of a mobile detailing business is that it's super tight and confined, and you can operate out of an apartment, out of your mom's basement, out of a garage, out of your current car, which is the last thing, is you're not going to buy any special truck or van to operate as a mobile detailing unit. You just don't need it at the beginning. Once again, keeping it lean, mean, and simple. With all that said of what you won't be doing, let's talk about what you will be doing. You will be doing some work. You will review all the information of this course. You will buy the necessary products and tools that you don't already have. You will use my smart shopping list to do that. You will organize your home setup. You will organize your vehicle setup in order to detail out of it. And then you're going to go out and you're going to do detailing for your first 3 customers. I'm also going to show you how to select those and get those first 3 customers so that you can live detailing.